What we do here is go back.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome to episode 32 of the Lost Media podcast. What we do here is go back. I love that intro, that stupid intro that I play before every episode. It's a classic, isn't it? It's ridiculous. I've had to shorten it. Welcome to Lost Media. Where are they now? What the heck is this series? It's a very short-lived series. I might do more of these if people request it. This is a series about lost media that I looked at way back in the day on my old channel, Sam's Movies. And they are all the lost media specials that I think need to be looked at again, because I think things have changed with what I covered in these lost media specials. I think there are updates, and there are. And I'm covering all the ones that have had more things found in the time since I made these, the ones that have had a lot of interesting developments. And I'm doing 4 before I stop making content for just a little while. And I figured, why not start with an offensive television show? Why not start with something that's offensive? That's a great start. Brilliant. It's a show that offended Mexico and the Mexican government. And it was aired back in 2007 as a part of the TV show Big Brother. It was an episode of their companion show that aired every single Friday night called Big Brother Friday Night Live. And it's the 8th show of the 2007 season, Series 7 of Big Brother Australia. This aired once and never again, just like all the other Friday Night Live episodes, except the difference between this one and all the others is it doesn't exist on YouTube. It still doesn't exist on YouTube, and it only existed on YouTube for 2 months back in 2013. Because I was searching for this as a massive super fan of this show, if you guys don't know, I grew up with this show, became obsessed with it when I was like 7 years old, watched reruns on YouTube all the time, and this was the one episode I was like, where is this? I want to get my hands on this. I want to see it. And I heard about all the infamy to do with it, why it was banned, and it was just the episode I was trying to find the most. And in June or May 2013, it was uploaded. And it only lasted for a couple months on YouTube before it got taken down again. Really, really interesting piece of lost media. An underground piece of lost media, but I reviewed it back in the day with a lot of featuring of news reports and a lot of interesting pieces about how Mexico reacted to what happened. So if you want to have a look at that, definitely click the link in the description, the first video in the description, which is the original video. But this is the Where Are They Now? What has happened since? This is very similar to iDubbbz's Kickstarter crap, Where Are They Now? But I really wanted to do this. It's really cool to be able to do something like this. It was 7 years ago, nearly, the last time I looked at this and when I did this Lost Media special. And this was the first Lost Media video of a standalone topic that I ever did. What has happened to this thing since? Obviously, it was found when I talked about it back then, but I wouldn't be making a Where Are They Now if there wasn't an interesting development about this being available to the public. A lot of fans of the show Big Brother that watch episodes on YouTube have no idea that there's an episode called Video Brother. There's a website called Video Brother. This is how mushed my brain is becoming from doing all these lost media podcasts. There's a website on the internet called videobrother.net or videobrother.com. It's there as the first result if you type that into Google. And it has every single episode of Big Brother from every single country in the world. Well, the most Western countries, I think, is where it has every single season. The most Western countries. The Western countries of the world's Big Brother series. Why is this important? Why does anyone give a shit about Big Brother while watching this? Well, this piece of lost media that was previously lost to the internet for however many years, the only episode of Big Brother that wasn't available on YouTube, Big Brother Australia, is on this website. And a lot of the episodes have gone down on this website. They're not playable anymore. They just don't work and they need to be repaired or re-uploaded, and you try and click play and it says error loading video. This one still works and it's up there. You can watch it. but it's not on YouTube. And it's only been on YouTube, as I said, for a very short amount of time, 2 months. Already mentioned that. And I did mention that in my first episode talking about this, but I did not know that this existed when I made that back then. I'm actually pretty sure this website existed when I made that. So is this really a where are they now? I've got no way of knowing whether or not this website existed back then. I mean, I could just use the Wayback Machine. In fact, that would be the smart thing to do. I just realized while recording that I could have just done that. Mystery solved. This is a way of me telling the public and anyone who is actually looking for this, which I could imagine is a tiny amount of people, that it does exist on a website on the internet. That's where it is now. But back then, oh my God, no uploaders were willing to upload this, or they'd upload it and someone would point out in the comments, would point out in the comments, oh, your channel could get erased for uploading this. Don't upload it. And they'd be like, oh my God. And then they'd take the video down. So that's what would happen. That's exactly how they'd react, guys. They'd be like, oh my God. So yeah, this was taken down multiple times. It was uploaded in parts originally. And when I was a kid, I used to see them as private videos in this playlist. And they were like part 1 to 15 of this episode. And I used to text the person and be like, well, comment in the comments. I didn't have their phone number. I used to comment, almost said it again, hey, please upload these, please make them public, I want to see them. And they were like, no, I can't, my channel could get terminated, it's offensive to Mexico. I think because of the reaction when this was uploaded, rather aired on television. I'm doing really well in this podcast so far. When this was aired, the reaction of Mexico and just anyone watching who's easily offended by something like this just went no. But you're probably wondering, Sam, you're talking about how this was offensive. You're talking about how this became lost. Why was it offensive? Why should I be interested in this when you're not even telling me why it was offensive? Well, the general portrayal of Mexican people and just generally Mexico was not great. The hosts weren't doing any favors. And then there was a game that aired in the episode. Keep in mind this was live to air and it was a game show that lasted an hour and 30 minutes every week. But there was a game where they threw goo-filled balloons at the Mexican flag. And this has been playing behind me for a bit. And you guys have probably been wondering up until now, oh my God, what the hell? I'm glad I didn't mention it up until now that I realize it's playing behind me, because people can figure it out for themselves, which is a much better way of doing this. Why it was banned. I don't want to walk people through these topics, all of them. All the topics I do in the Lost Media podcast. This is meant to be a gateway for you to do more research. It's not meant to be it's not meant to be topics all walked through and insulting people's intelligence. They've got to figure it out for themselves. There was a game where they threw goo-filled balloons at a Mexican flag. Someone was defending the Mexican flag. 2 people on trampolines were defending it. And it was going all wrong, guys. It didn't work out for them. And clearly it was deemed offensive. And Big Brother Australia, who dealt with a massive controversy the year before, sexual misconduct on the show, or sexual assault on the show, actually, they didn't want more controversies to happen. So they just apologized for it and the show kept going on. But in fear of, I guess, channel termination and getting in trouble, no one uploaded this. No one was willing to upload this to YouTube. I'm not sure if that's what would have happened. I'm not sure if their channels would have been terminated. I don't think that's a thing when it comes to something like this. Something that was an issue back in 2007, I think re-uploading that should be fine. But they weren't willing to take the risk, all of these uploaders. So even ones that have uploaded full seasons recently as 2 or 3 years ago, still refused to upload this. So there must have been a big thing that happened once back in the day that I don't remember or never saw, where someone re-uploading episodes got their channel terminated because they uploaded this. Interesting. Very interesting, because this was something that was a big thing at the time and since has not been talked about. Only by me has it been talked about. On the first Lost Media podcast, the first Lost Media special back in 2016. My God, such a long time ago. I was 17 years old when I first talked about this. And of course, this Where Are They Now special. But that's where it is now. It's on a website just sitting there, available for the public viewing. You can find it and see it wherever you want, whenever you want. Watch it now. Another interesting aspect of this show is the lost media on YouTube, and how much uploaders of this show don't realize that there's more to this show that is on this Video Brother website. A lot of people don't care about lost media to do with garbage reality shows like Big Brother. I understand that. That's fair enough. I'm more appealing to the interest of people being oblivious to media they think is lost and think is very hard to find, and will scrounge for episodes of, when in reality they're all sitting on a website right now. The people who upload Big Brother episodes I'm talking about, the ones that are desperate to see. And what I'm referring to is a show called Big Brother Up Late. It aired late nights, 4 or 5 nights a week, and episodes, because they were late at night and, you know, notoriously hard to edit out all the stuff, they have never been re-uploaded onto YouTube by any of these Big Brother uploaders, and they exist on the Video Brother website, all episodes of all seasons just sitting there, and no one's ever figured it out. So I don't think any Big Brother uploaders will even watch this, which is hilarious, because I'm wondering how long it'll take for people to figure out that this lost media isn't actually lost. It's lost media that is thought to be lost but isn't, by fans of this show. This title of this video is probably going to attract people who are fans of this show, and they'll probably let these people know, hey, you can upload these to YouTube now. They're not actually lost. They're just sitting on a website, Video Brother, on the internet. I just realized my hair is extremely goofy. The point of this episode is to really talk about how things that you think are lost are not actually lost, and there are ways to find certain shows just by finding them on a random website, which I somehow was able to do because someone left it in the comments of a video. That's basically it, guys. This is where it is now. The offensive stunt, the offensive Big Brother Mexico stunt. If there's one more thing I want to say about this, it's that it's one of those gray areas of fear of uploading. And I understand why people were afraid to upload this, the people uploading all the episodes of this show. But I feel like you wouldn't get in trouble for it. I don't think anything would happen personally, because it was something that caused a lot of outrage at the time, very brief outrage, and then kind of was forgotten about, as I mentioned. I'm reiterating what I've already said. This has been Lost Media. Where are they now? My name is Sam, and I approve this message.